So what does 10,000 steps a day do to your body over 90 days? Right, that's a common question that I get asked very, very frequently. And I'll tell you guys the truth straight away, is steps are some of the best use of your time when it comes to cardio. When it comes to getting lean, when it comes to getting shredded, when it comes to losing weight, losing fat, anything that is low energy, low fatigue, doesn't increase your hunger levels, but also drops you calories is a great mix, right? That is a great mix. Say if you were going to go for a jog, 20 minutes, your hunger level will increase a lot more in comparison to if you're just walking. Now that may sound weird at first, but it kind of makes sense because you are exerting yourself more. You're more likely to get into sort of placebo effect as well after thinking you've done more or gone further than you actually have, where in reality, if you walk the same distance, yes, it'll take longer, but you've still done the same distance, you've still done the same amount of calories. Steps predominantly uses fats as an energy source because obviously it's low energy. So that kind of makes sense in comparison. Now, what it does for your body, you'll notice that fat will obviously gradually diminish from your lower stomach, places that you want to see it gone, your face, but also diminishing places you didn't expect as well. It diminishes all over. You can't spot reduce fat, which is a common belief, but it's a misconception because you have to target everything in order to lose one thing. Because some people think they really can by doing crunches or something like that, when in reality you cannot. You cannot do that, unfortunately. And also you will hold fat based on your genetic makeup as well. Your genetic makeup, whether you're male or female, what age you are, and also your genetics in general, whoever you are, may differ from the person next to you. May hold more fat around your thighs or your hips or your stomach. It honestly depends on who you are, particularly if you are male or female, because you have genetic predispositions that ultimately affect your body composition. A lot of people struggle time-wise with the goal of 10,000 steps a day, and that is understandable because roughly, on average, people walk about 1k steps per 10 minutes, right? So if you're walking for 60 minutes an hour, that's 6,000 steps. So 1 hour, 100 minutes, right? That's what it's going to take you in, on average. You may be quicker than that, you may be slower than that, right? But what I recommend to people to always do, if possible, and I'm not saying I always do this, but is a general rule, is spread out your steps and your activity over the day so it doesn't seem as long, and get them in little snippets, little intervals, little increments that you can ultimately adjust around your day. So if you work in an office, you walk around the office more, you go for a walk, you go for walks in meetings instead of sitting down. You do these little things which compound over time and don't make a difference initially, obviously, because you're doing small habits, but small habits really do compound over time, especially if you're consistent with them. Again, if you're in your kitchen, something like that, if you walk around your kitchen, if you're walking around in your house doing errands, you're much more likely to hit your step count. And some people go, oh, well, how am I going to do that? Your phone has a tracking app of your steps, which are pretty accurate, especially in comparison to devices that are meant to be good, like Fitbits, for example. Whoops are a little bit more accurate with data like that, but for a general analysis, you can use your phone, which most people have nowadays, an iPhone or a Samsung, and tracks your steps. But this is something that I would recommend to every single individual, no matter what your goal is, unless your goal is to become very, very bulked in comparison to what you are now. But even then, for health reasons, I'd recommend walking on a daily basis for about 10,000 steps because it increases your longevity, it decreases your visceral fat around your stomach, which is the really bad fat that you don't want. And it's very good for your general movement and mobility. A lot of people don't realise how much they sit all day, just like I am now, but you still do your activity throughout the day, and hitting that whenever you can and making that part of your routine will make a massive difference in how you look, how you feel, what your energy levels are, your ability to move, your ability to feel confident, because you'll be slightly leaner than you are. You'll be able to hold more muscle as well. You'll feel more mobile, like I just said. There's so many different benefits, and I would highly recommend anyone to start walking more. And it sounds so simple and it sounds so plain, like how the hell is walking gonna make such a difference to my life. Trust me, it clears your head. It's really good for stress. It's really good for just lowering your heart rate and just getting out of the noise, the sort of perpetual noise of kind of modern day life that a lot of people have due to their careers. So if you found this video helpful, click the link in the description. My landing page will be on there. If you are interested in anything on there, let me know. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall see you later.